Alright, so here's a quick guide on how to do endgame builds like stat stacking, pillar, HowA, Gemling in SSF in PoE 2. As
Hello
you can
there.
see, no currency exchange,
Until
this
next
being
time.
SSF. And it's really quite simple. So after picking Mercenary, right around Act 2, Act 3 or so, you want to use a Chance Orb on a random Stellar Amulet to get Instrumentus. Quite easy. Yeah, then you just do the campaign pillar stuff, finish it. Then on your first Arbiter kill, you want him to drop Moria with these stats. Honestly, if I'm being transparent, this is the second one I had. The first one didn't get a 5-socket corruption, but the second one has, so yeah, usually you can have bad luck like me, right? Then you want to have a look at what other people are doing, basically, in terms of how you can tweak the build, basically, and with the current state of balancing, Atziri's Disdain is for sure the way to go. I think I saw Popgun recommend this. Actually, yeah, in my opinion, quite a no-brainer at this point. Probably will change, but whatever. Capped a few of those. Get the Spirit Enchant, also super easy. So this will enable the Herald of Ice, Herald of Thunder combo for even easier clear. I mean, honestly, before I had this, Herald of Thunder by itself, super fine, especially when you use Charge Staff. Clear is totally fine. But these big open maps, I'm going to showcase one in a bit. They're even more fun with Herald of Ice, of course. So Spirit enables that. HowA didn't get too lucky with a lightning corruption yet. We'll try some more. Same with the pillar. Didn't get an attack speed implicit corruption yet, but it's fine. 3 sockets is fine. For bossing, I have this one, which got an 11% corruption at least, with Elipen, ruined socketed. Pretty standard boots. Double attribute, 1 resist. I needed that. Pretty good ring. I have triple attribute as well, but this one has cold dress and triple flat Ellie, and overall pretty high tier roll, so super happy with that actually. The other ring is really, at the moment, is just rarity. This is 66% rarity, yeah, which gets boosted to around about, I think, 118 or so, I calculated at some point. So this ring is basically Magic Find setup. You can swap this out for, or I can swap this out for more higher damage, but it's fine for now. Yeah, so pretty easy stuff. On the passive tree, honestly, it's probably where the difference to Trade League is mostly felt. Basically, all of this is about attack speed at the moment, around about 20 seconds per second on my Tempo Slurry. So all decks, a bunch of emeralds with attack speed, double attack speed, lightning damage here, mana and kill. I used to have a better one, lost the gamble on the corruption, so I have to use this one for now as a placeholder. Um, Energy shield crit bonus. Well, shock magnitude, yeah, it's quite good actually. Attack speed, accuracy, which is also attack speed, crit bonus. Lightning damage, attack speed, shock magnitude again, attack speed, lightning pen, also nice. What do we have here? Crit bonus, attack speed, accuracy rating again, some resist corruption. This one's super nice. Energy shield, crit bonus, life on kill, which I also need. Magnitude of shock. So the from nothing that I use is for Might Over Matter. I didn't have a better one. Quite a couple of useful nodes here. Crit chance, LRS, some early damage, non-damaging element magnitude, which is also helpful. So obviously the best one would be resonance, so you can double up here with Against the Darkness. Didn't get to luck with that. I think in SSF it's not really realistic to be honest to found that. I did get a controlled metamorphosis with a small ring radius to grab spaghettification. The anoint on my amulet is what is called plug-in technique. I used to path from this side, so this was a bit far. Also, Astromint can of course be used by other characters, so this is a more generally generic, useful anoint. Spaghettification would have been the alternative, but in my case, it doesn't make sense to swap around even after pathing closer to this now. This to get the jewel socket here. Now, yeah, since I can't double dip with Against the Darkness here, I put mine down here. I didn't get a double attribute one yet. At the moment, I really like the chaos damage though. The chaos resist in particular, I'm sorry, because yeah, it gets me to 46 together with my ruins and my armor. And yeah, it's actually quite yeah, useful in that regard, right? Extra damage is also nice, and these nodes are generally useful as well. So I'm quite happy with that at the moment. especially after I farmed Melting Maelstrom, which does deal chaos damage to you. I mean, it doesn't need to be max or something. I've heard other people say that, honestly, but I don't think it's true. But yeah, you definitely see a difference in terms of when the flask effect ends and whether you have like 10 resist or 40, which I don't notice at all. With 10 resist, I definitely notice it. Speaking of Melting Maelstrom, so I do have it, so why do I not use Might Over Matter? And the answer is I tried, and I felt it to be pretty much pointless, honestly, right? I mean, while mapping with these sort of duels, life on kill, mana on kill, the bulbs are always full. It's really like no reason, no need for Might Over Matter, in my opinion, really. And for bossing, I mean, it doesn't do that much either, I felt like. I mean, I still have to dodge one-shot mechanics, and everything else it's not too dangerous, honestly. Yeah. Another point I wanted to mention was Lightning Rod. I've seen that recommended. Honestly, I don't think it's worth the points. I mean, on bossing, which is maybe the only situation where you want more damage. Of course, I mean, with me having been super lucky with Tormentus, right, which basically means you never ever have to worry about damage, basically, right? But for bossing, it's sort of counter productive to use, but you want to use Cast on Shock with Eye of Winter to up your crit chance. This only applies to non-crit, so it sort of has a diminished effect in that regard. So I figured I'd rather go for other stuff here, in particular, grab more decks, more speed, more dual sockets, this sort of stuff, right? Okay, but overall, yeah, obviously quite lucky with this gear, but basically just wanted to show SSF can be quite high end. So gonna do a map showcase and maybe a dash T4 kill, and yeah, cheers. Now for the Zesh T4 kill, didn't swap around the gear anyway, still using a rarity ring and stuff. I'm just very lazy, don't like swapping around too much. Cast some shock and that's basically it. Yeah, easy. It's garbage. Okay, just to wrap it up, I wanted to briefly explain the sort of smaller passive tree choices that I made. I think the ailment threshold per dex pretty much a no-brainer as well. I mean, honestly, especially if you go full dex, full speed, like I did in this case, I mean, average damage would be way higher with a more even distribution, but it's just point of the build is being fast and fun, so that's what I went for. I did go for the crit nodes mostly for endgame damage scaling. It just ends up being more damage, right? I mean, drop lightning rod as I said, and instead of these nodes, for example, which I had before at some point, Yeah, it's just all crit, crit, crit. Probably next I'll get these, or maybe another jewel target. Not sure yet. I mean, it's level 96. Progress is quite slow at this point, so I'm not sure how many more points I'll get anyway. But yeah, those are the choices here. I did also path here to get some lightning pen after dropping this. At the end of the day, though, currently I don't need any more lightning pen with the set I have with charge staff and swap weapon and some of the jewels providing lightning pen. So I dropped this. This is a bit more point efficient to go here. The anoint we discussed, and I think otherwise the weapon swap, yeah, pretty standard tech. I think a lot of people use this. Essentially, it's only for bossing again. Since I don't know what else to do, I'll just use Man of Chayula. Haven't seen any better use for the skill slot basically. So to get the curses going, and this is only active on the second weapon swap, so it will boost your curse effect, some mark notes, weapon swap as well. Yeah. Last but not least, skills very quickly. So Tempest Hilarious with Crescendo, Martial Tempo, Primal Armament, Rage, and Inspiration. Could use Lightning Infusion here instead of Primal Armament. It's only slightly lower damage, doesn't have the 120% mana multiplier, but yeah, with Inspiration and the Ascendancy node here, really no mana issues whatsoever. So I like the setup. Tempest Spell, Conk Effect, Overabundance, Close Combat, Elemental Focus, and Lightning Infusion at the moment. Charge Staff, so it's basically what provides higher boss damage only. At least that's the only situation where it's relevant, I feel. So it's higher shock chance, shock magnitude, lightning exposure, and strip away for higher exposure effect. And of Chayula, also these two basically are just to boost boss damage with conductivity. Titan Curse will take mark. Combat Frenzy with Profusion, quite standard. Grimfeast, obviously, if I went for like a Black Sun Crest setup or something, but I mean with Atziri Disdain, it's too much EHP to pass up on. Herald of Thunder and Herald of Ice, standard tech, which makes them proc off each other. So basically, Herald of Thunder needs Cold Infusion, Glaciation. I use Ice Bite here. It's basically Ice Bite and Innervate, they're always up and provide a huge damage multiplier while mapping. Electrocute is helpful for high resist enemies or high ailment threshold, so that at least sometimes you can get power charges here and there. By the way, even if you don't have that or you don't get that, you can always drop a Tempest Spell, attack that, and that will always give you power charges. So yeah, it's quality of life mostly, really, nothing else. And yeah, again, so this needs to do cold damage and this needs to do lightning damage, but we actually don't need lightning infusion here because lightning damage is so high from the get-go. So no real reason to use it here. All right, that's it, I think. Cheers.